Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of this Dragocast. Today is a little bit different from the other ones. As you can see, I'm not speaking Portuguese, I'm speaking English, and the main reason for that is that we have an international team. It's not a Brazilian team, it's from Mexico, Kukulkan, and my name is Vinicius Tanigawa, the actual administrative director at Dragão Branco, Aero Design, and you can introduce yourselves.
Well, I'm gonna start. I am Baruch. I'm the captain for this year, for this side of the San Brazil competition, and my teammate Jesus.
Hi, I'm Jesus. I've been a member of Kukulkan since 2018, and I've been involved in the areas of aerodynamics. And right now, I'm the leader of stability and control department. And that's it. Hi, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm too happy to be here today.
Me either. But I think the first question that I would do that probably most people that will be watching this is why Kukulkan, like the name of her team. I know some people know that it's a god, but if you could explain why the name and this.
Well, I think it's just part of the identity of the team to be really proud of our roots, our indigenous roots more specifically, or Mayan roots more specifically. So that's why the name Kukulkan. Also because Kukulkan it's represented as a snake with feathers and it's capable of flying like a dragon. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Actually,
also like your name, just in
Yeah.
Mayan language. It's kind of similar. It's the symbol, right, of something that flies, and it represents for us, or at least for me, it represents this sense of being Mexican and being proud of being Mexican and actually representing our country and showing that Mexico has the potential to develop good engineering projects. And with this said, also all the names of our aircrafts are also in always in Mayan language. It's also a tradition of the team. So all the projects also have these names in Mayan language.
That's really nice. That's really cool. As you said, it is a way to keep your roots, keep the all this your culture, your code background. So it is really interesting to hear a little bit because we tend to forget if
yeah.
we are not keeping it and passing away to the other generations. We tend to forget our roots, and it will be just in, like I say, just in history and not in our lives anymore. But that's really nice. And so another one that I would like to know is a little bit about the history of the Kukulkan team.
Uh,
When it was founded, and a little bit of history.
I'm not pretty sure about it, but if I'm not wrong, the very first competition that uh, in which Kukulkan competed was in Brazil at the time 2010, if I'm not wrong. It the very first aircraft of the team was named the Kut. I'm not pretty sure about right now what Kut means, but it was the first aircraft. By 2010, there wasn't even something like a design here in Mexico. So it's kind of funny because yeah, the team was founded to compete in other countries, and just talking about the what you asked before, it might be the reason why they choose Kukulkan, right? Like they know they knew that they were gonna compete in another country, and they had to be proud of being Mexican. And you might know the Mayan culture for being like good scientists and everything, and it could be the reason why Kukulkan. And I think it was 2010. And after all, we could. I think our team is a very young team. Like you have like 23 years in aero design in Brazil. Is
Mm,
that right?
I think.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
and I think many of your teams, well, many of the teams in Brazil are kind of the same age, like 20 and something years. And Kukulkan is a teenager, right? We have
Hmm.
just 10 years of developing these skills, this knowledge, and everything. And I think it's funny that, like I mentioned before, I think it's funny that the very first competition was for a Brazil competition, and after 10, they brought the auto design competition to Mexico. And well, we started participating in that competition. And the participation in the US competition is something kind of recent. It's not something that the team made by the beginning of the foundation of the team. But yeah, that's basically the it's a brief history of the team.
I see. See, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, the Dragon Branco, it was founded in 2004. So basically 17 years.
10 years.
So, well, it's almost an adult if we consider an adulthood from 18 above. But yeah, we are all but here in 2010, still a teenager.
Yeah, and well, something that's nice here in Kukulkan, I don't know if it happens with your team as well, is that the founding members are still in touch with us. We have a kind of a, well, it's a group of people who are not studying anymore. They are not a part of the team anymore, but they
Mm.
are kind of authorities. So every
Yeah.
big decision, every major decision has to be consulted with them, even if they're not actively participating in the project, but they are people who founded the team. They are already working in the industry, but they are still uh, very interested in what's happening with the team. How can they help us? Helping us, make the big decisions, because it's basically like an identity, and even when you finish your university years and you're not in the team anymore, you still feel like you are part of the team, and you still want to see the team do better, and you still want to help the team. So that's something that I really like about our team. And then if you finish school and you are still involved in the team, then you can be a part of that group and also keep in touch with the team and just keep involved in all the projects.
Yes, it is really nice when we see the people, when the members, when they leave the team, not because they want, but because they are not on in an undergraduation anymore. But they keep in touch. They still help when needed and giving advice that or sharing their knowledge, experience they had to, because we have a little bit of this problem when someone leaves and they leave with the knowledge, and then you have to learn it again. So you lose time and resources to learn it again, and we could basically make it not happen if we maintain this knowledge in the team. So it is really nice to see that your founders they are still with you, maybe not as a members, but still there, you know. I it is really nice to hear that.
I would like to ask how you are talking about this like loss of knowledge between generations, no, right?
Hmm.
How have you managed this? Because I think that one of the things I would actually say like the good things that this pandemic brought to us, but it's something that became because of um, we've been working on the documentation of our methodologies and everything, and we are now working with tutorials that couldn't be done before because they hadn't time, but now you explain
Hmm.
something and someone records it, and you have this methodology of doing things, and you can watch it over and over again and you can use it later. How did you manage this before?
Well, we had not a long time ago. It is kind of recent too. We had this problem of people being in the team for 3, 4 years and then just leave and disappear. Simple as that. So we had a little bit problem of keeping the knowledge in the team and not losing it. Until recently, we started to work on it because we were seeing that this we had that problem, and we started to make kind of after the tournament that on this the final semester like October, November, December, January, we start to um, trying to pass this knowledge to the new generation, to new members that join our team. And some started to make, like you said, documentation that explain the methods they use to, I don't know, solve an aerodynamics problem or an instability difficulty they had, or how to use a certain program. And some also are doing videos to explain the process because now we can we if you explain how a program works right in it, it will be a little bit painful, so showing in a video it's kind of better. But we had that problem until recently, and now we are trying to make ways to surpass this problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a main issue in our team. At least it has been until now. Uh, because, for example, there are things that I started doing when I came to the team that I started doing from zero, and then a few projects later, I discovered that there was one teammate that actually even wrote a thesis about what I was doing, but I just never knew it has been done before. So we basically lost all that knowledge, and then we have to start from zero. So we lost some years of actually developing our design methodology even further.
Hmm.
And so now what I see that it's something that has been useful to solve this issue is that uh, at least I try to be closer to the new members, to yeah, so to build confidence between them and me, uh, because we also have this issue that sometimes the new members don't have the confidence to actually come and ask you something if they don't know how to do it,
Hmm.
uh, or because they don't know you in person, or even if they do know you in person, they don't have that closeness to you to actually see you as a team member and then come to you and ask you questions and then sit down with them and work together, because they kind of see you like an authority, or like um, yeah, like the way you see a teacher,
Yes,
right, instead of actually
exactly.
seeing you as a teammate. Just because we have these names like team leader and leader of aerodynamics and leader of stability, so I've tried to actually not look myself as an authority for them, but just as a friend, someone they can come to ask for help, and then we sit down together, we do the work together, and then I can make sure that they know how to do everything that at least I know how to do. So I know that when I leave the team, there are still going to be members in the team that know exactly how to do the stuff that I used to do before. So I can leave the team in peace, knowing that
Yes.
I did stuff, but that the stuff it's still there in the team, and I can yeah just live in peace, right?
Exactly. Yes, I totally agree. And I see that issue too here. The some new members just enter the team and they think that's hierarchy. As like I can't talk to my leader, I can't talk to the director, I can't talk to the captain because if I say something wrong and they kick my butt out of the team, so or I'd be bad, right? But we are in the same boat, and we we just have this leader. At least here in our team we have this leader, the directors, the captain, but only for a matter of organization, not because we are at top level, we are above everybody. No, it's just a matter of to not be like a mess inside the team. But we try to transmit that to the new members, pretty much to show them that they are free to ask anything. We are all here to learn, and we will learn together. And, we always have something new to learn. And if I don't know, I just say, "Well, I don't know, but let's figure it out together." So yeah, that's really cool to see.
And for example, do you have any so like when you get when you do this recruitment process and you have a lot of people trying to be a part of the team, um, how does that process work for you? I mean, do you have like a selection process where you decide who is able to join the team and who is not, or do you just let anyone who wants to be a part of the team join?
Yeah, we do a little bit of the selection. With the recruitment, we have some. I would like to say exams because it's not something like you do. You go to a freshman and just ask, tell me how to use, I don't know, how to use Python. Make a program in Python that calculates the rotation of the earth. No, they will, of course they will not know that, so we don't ask anything like that, but we want to know their how they describe themselves, if they want to be, if they feel um, this will to be part of the team, if they have this, they are hungry for knowledge, and see a little bit of the characteristics of them, basically that. And then we select the ones that fit our missions, our objectives, vision, and all that.
I see.
Yeah, I think that you just say the keyword, like this hunger of knowledge. That I think that's at least in the new members that I have like selected, because it's not like you select someone, right? Just you let the time passes by, and you can see who actually is interested in being part of the team. But what
Hmm.
I've seen is that it doesn't matter if there is a person who's in the last semester and he knows how to use every program in the world. The thing is that they do, when they do actually want to learn, they gonna put it in practice, and that's how you know that that is gonna be a good member. And also the responsibility, but it's, I think the most important thing is the hunger for the knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that way, I mean, we don't, our team is not very big, right? As we've seen teams in Brazil that are really, really big. that have, I don't know, 50 members, 60 members, which
Mm-hmm.
is for us it's crazy because our team, uh, for example, when we go to Brazil, we have to limit our team to 10 people, at least 10 people who can go to the competition because of the cost of the travel
Yeah.
expenses. But here in Mexico, we don't have a limit of people who can participate in the project, but still we have, I think, 20, maybe 25 when the team is really really big. So we can't afford to actually select people and say, okay, this one is not fitted for our team, because we want to make the team bigger, right? But it's just
Mm-hmm.
like Baruch says, when they begin joining the team meetings and everything, then after some time you see who is actually interested, who is actually working, who is actually involved in the project, and then some other people just start disappearing, then you just stop seeing them. And that's basically how our selection process works, right? we
Yeah.
let we let themselves show who is actually interested in being in the team, and who is not interested, then they can just leave, right?
Yeah, yeah, I see. It's a little bit different, but I like that the way you just let them come and they will be like, some will come on the first, I don't know, first meeting, and then poof, never again.
Yeah.
So it is already selecting people, and the ones that we say they really want to be there, right? So it is really nice to see.
Yeah, it's like an auto selection process.
Yes,
Yeah.
that you don't need to do much. They already do it by themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's nice. And I am very intrigued about. Do you have any fun stories to talk about the competition or about the team? Anything that you would, when you will tell to your child or grandchild, like, oh, I remember my time. No, I'm joking, but some funny stories.
Jesus.
uh, I'm trying to think of one. I mean, many come to my mind, uh, but some of them are not that related to the, uh, the
Just
project
don't.
itself. Oh,
Uh-huh.
what?
Go
No,
ahead.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
trying to keep it family friendly,
Aha. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
because I mean, a lot of stories come to my mind, but they involve some stuff that it's not that family friendly, and actually not that involved with the competition itself. But I mean, I have plenty of them, right? For example, there was this time, we have to make the flight tests in a city that it's like 2 hours or maybe 1 hour away from Mexico City, to the south of Mexico City. So we have to. I mean, it's hard to put all the airplane inside a car, right? So we have to
Hmm.
split it in parts, and then uh, I was traveling with one of I don't know if you know him, Baruch del Toro. Did you ever knew del Toro? He
No.
was a really funny character, and we were driving together in his car. He was in the front seat and I was in the back seat, because in the seat that was in the front, next to the driver, we had some components of the plane, and then the wing of the plane was also in the car, but it was crossed. So I had the wing in my face, I couldn't see anything, and I was in charge of giving their directions to him, so how to arrive to the flight test.
Hmm.
But I couldn't see anything because the wing was in my face. So then, when I checked my phone, we were going in a different direction from the flight test, and there was no return. And there's a big, big volcano, a very big mountain, which we had to go around to actually arrive to the flight test because there was no way of just turning around and going in the other direction.
Hmm.
And they had to wait for us like 2.5 hours, I think, for us to arrive. And we had the wing, so it was impossible to fly without us. And and it also happened that there was a lot of, how do you call these places where they charge you for using a highway? So you have to pay to actually use a highway, right?
Ah, I know, but I
You
don't know the
know,
name in English.
me neither. But
We understand it.
we passed a lot
Actually,
of
that's
those
toll.
places until we ran out of money. So we were not able to pass the last one. So we have to go back to a city, find, a bank and withdraw some money because we were out of money. And I mean, that's one kind of funny story. We also have funny stories there in Brazil. Uh, I mean, it's just fun, right, to be in another country where you don't know the language and you are by yourself with your teammates
Hmm.
and you are driving around in a van. uh,
Yeah.
and you don't understand many of what's happening because you don't speak the language. And then it all happened to us that when we came back to Mexico, we had a lot of tickets for speed driving because we didn't know that you have these machines that automatically charge you when you are going too fast. So we had to pay a lot of money because speed
Uh,
driving in in Brazil. Yeah, those are some funny moments, right?
yeah, that's true. And then the thing that you need to pay in the highway is toll. I remember the name. It's toll.
Yeah, it's tall. Yeah. Yeah,
Remember.
and there's just a lot of, it's crazy when you're in a competition, right? And it's almost time for the flight test, and there's one part of the plane that's not ready yet, so everybody is freaking out because we have to finish building the airplane.
Mm-hmm.
Those kind of moments which when they are happening, they are really crazy and you're really stressed out. But then when it's all over and you look back, it's actually quite funny. And then you can laugh about it. For example, it happened also in last Brazil competition 2019. uh, our engine was not working, right? It was not working, and you have a time limit to do the takeoff, otherwise then it's an invalid flight. um, I don't know what happened, but it was not working, and finally it worked. I don't know what the pilot did. He did something with the engine. I don't know what he did. But in the moment, we were really stressed out because we were gonna lose the flight because the engine was not working. But then when it worked, and after the competition, we all had a laugh about it. We were joking with the team member that was in charge of the engine. Uh, so yeah, those I think I really like those moments that are kind of crazy and full of emotions, and they they make you feel really, I don't know, it's just a mix of emotions, right? Going to aero design, uh, you can be really stressed, you can get also really sad, really angry, but you also have these moments that you are really happy. And I think that's something I really like about aero design, that it's just a big mix of emotions, right, that make you feel something inside.
Yeah, my funny story is that I have participated in 3 projects, but I have never gone to to any competition. And I mean, in the competition field, I have never gone because the very first project I worked in, it was for the side of the sign Mexico, 2020, and we were so close to the competition date. It was like uh, March 20 something, and suddenly someone in China decided to eat a bat, and in like 5 days before they this announcement from the government, like that everything was gonna be closed for 20 days. Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, we're gonna wait 20 days and then we're gonna go to the competition. And you close your eyes and you open them and you now notice that it's been 2 years now. And that's how I lost my first competition. And these are such as big airplanes. I think that the wingspan for that plane was 3.8 meters, if
Mm,
I'm not
wow.
wrong. And the only thing that I could say that I have like a funny story is that we were working like too lazy for the previous months, and when we were close to the flight test, we had to manufacture, build, and flight in 2 days. But
Mm-hmm.
you have to build uh, these enormous airplanes,
Yeah.
and like Jesus said, this mix of emotions when you are stressed out and like we didn't sleep in 2 completed days, and this mix of emotions that in that moment I was just stressed out because I was in charge of the manufacturing process. But
Mm-hmm.
now I remember as something funny. Remember everyone faces like they were depressed, kind of stressed out, kind of angry, kind of everything. And I think that's one of the most let's say beautiful moments, because you share these moments with persons that at the end of the day they kind of become your kind of family. And it's funny, it's something funny to remember, something good to remember, and sharing those moments with other people.
Yes, it is. I don't have much stories to talk because I joined the team in 2020, so I never went to a competition in my life. It is my second year in Dragão Branco, and then I
Yeah.
never went to a competition. And everybody's saying, "Damn, the competition is amazing! I got so mad at the
Yes.
competition, and it was crazy and stuff." And I'm like, "Damn, I wish I
Damn.
could have joined 1 year before."
Yes.
Yeah, but, I mean, for example, I don't know how you guys work, but when we had access to actually go to school, we have this small room in school where we keep our planes, and when where we build, it's like our workshop.
Mm-hmm.
So when we have to build, we stay in school to sleep, right? We have to stay in
Yeah.
school and spend the night at school. and and I think those are the times where we actually do the bonding between the team members, because I mean you have to be up all night building a plane with other people that maybe they are not, so you don't know them right now, but then after spending so much time together and going through the same stuff, going to class without sleeping, and being hungry and being smelly because you haven't showered in 2 days, being stressed out because you have 2 days to finish an airplane that you haven't even started. I think those are the moments that, I mean, you suffer when you are going through them, and you wish you were not there, you wish you were in your bed sleeping, and you think, why the hell did I join this team? I mean, I could be home, I could be clean, I could be eating something, and instead I'm here trying to put these woods together. But then now that it's been 2 years without actually having the possibility to live those moments, you realize that those are moments that make the team special. Those are the moments where you bond with your teammates. Those are the moments that make the team actually be a family. And now I think it's what I miss the most about these competitions, right? That rush of spending sleepless nights together in school. uh, I think that's what actually makes the team bond and makes the team a family. And right now there are plenty of members that I don't even know their faces. I just speak to them through WhatsApp or maybe hear their voices sometime, but I
Mm.
can't even see their faces. I don't know what they look like, right?
Yeah, that's some the bad parts of this all crazy pandemics that is happening is we are not seeing each other. It is everything online, so well at least I can hear and see some faces when they're showing, but it is behind the screen. Even though so it's the great part is that some people that I think that one doesn't seem to be tall and they had like 2 meters and I am like, what the fuck? And I was, what the hell is happening here? So it is crazy, and that's another thing that I would like to bring too is that how did you manage to deal with the pandemics to continue the project and doing stuff?
Well, it
Yeah,
was a rough process, I think, uh,
really rough process.
because it was in the middle of a project where we have to switch from the usual methodology to a completely online methodology. Uh, I mean, one of the things is that we used to have access to computers in school, a lot of computers, very powerful computers, and that made us the process easier, right? When we have to run programs or do calculations which are really heavy and which are, you need a good computer to do it. And now we only have, I mean, we don't have access to that amount of computational power, so that slowed down the process a little bit. um, I don't know, also, well, these meetings now, it's everything online. um, it's hard to keep track of everything that's happening because yeah, because uh, you cannot see people face to face, you cannot talk to them, you have to everything, you have to do it in computer. We don't have access to wind tunnels, or we don't have access to you know other laboratories that we use for structural
Mm-hmm.
tests or whatever. And also we design a plane, but then we don't have a flight test to actually test if it's flying or not, so we have to rely completely on our results, computational results. But
Yes.
that's also been an opportunity to actually improve our calculations using the computer and to improve the computational tools that we use for design. So actually, I mean, at least in my area, I see what we were doing before the pandemic and the things that we are doing now, and I see a very big improvement on the process that we use for the design, because now we have automated a lot of it. So we have generated our own programs that can, uh, yeah, that can simplify the process and make it automatic, so that it makes the design faster. So I think that when we go back to normal, or when we go back to actually work in person, the things that we developed during the pandemic will be really helpful. So it's that was a good outcome of the pandemic, right? That it pushed
Mm.
us to develop new technology, to develop new knowledge, to develop new methodologies that will stick to the team, and that will keep being used for future projects, right?
Yeah, I could say that in the general performance of the team, many of the in general methodologies that we used to follow are now kind of better because we have like always been trying to apply Scrum methodology for the project management, for example, and we used these platforms like Trello. But
Mm-hmm.
you have your documentation and you see to your teammate and you give it in its hand, right? But now that you can do that, you have to actually documentate what you're doing, why you're doing, and everything. and you upload it, and then you have a log of what your teammates are doing, and you can like follow up your process and general the management of the project in a better way. uh, but that's it. And at the beginning of when this all started, I think we just didn't realize, like I said before, it was supposed to be 20 days, and then you got 2 years, right? And what we have seen that has improved a lot the communication flow is this using Discord. It's been really helpful. It's like having a room for us. Like you go to your Discord server and you can find to your other teammates. And this actually, I could say, like I was in charge of this project. This have helped a lot to our process of communication. And yeah, it has, besides the project, uh, you can get in touch with your teammates and ask like the personal things that actually get people together. And we share, sometimes we share our movies or music, and we start talking about what we like. And it's like having this that actually make a team, and putting together our teammates. So I could say Discord it's been a good option for us. um, and that's what I could add to what Jesus said.
Yes. Yeah, this pandemic, it got everybody here as a huge surprise because I was participating in the recruitment process in 2020, and then the university simply closed, and all the recruiting process that was face to face is now online, and I was participating in that, trying to join the team, and then I joined the team, and it was everything online, and it was nice. We had some trouble adapting that, but it worked kind of well. We didn't have many issues. Maybe the first last year we had some, but not related exactly to the pandemics. It was a little bit about the project itself, but we had to think in new ways to deal with the project. As you said, the project online now, because in face to face we were in the university, we were getting together and discussing everything together, and everybody there. Then we could, and the end of the meeting, we could go to somewhere, no, a bar or a pub, something, drink, even though I don't drink alcohol. But it was not. It was a huge difference, and just the pandemic came, and you was like, oh, bollocks to that, and not, and then we had to go. Okay, where? How do we meet? Okay, let's use Google Meet to do our weekly meeting weekly. So I don't know, every Monday we update everyone about what is happening in the project, and then we do this now online, and then everyone doing online. Construction, there's no need to, because we don't have the face-to-face competition anymore, so we don't have to build. So that's not, I wouldn't say waste money, but let's save our resources to
Yeah.
when we have. And then, but then came another problem, that is, today the team doesn't have many people that construct, that simply build the airplane, the aircrafts. We have all new members that never participated in the construction. So this construction knowledge, it became a certain problem now. We are kind of finding new ways to deal with it to it not be that bad next year. That I hope next year we have the face-to-face competition because I want to see planes flying. I want to see everyone there, and so but that become now the main issue of the team is that we don't have people anymore that has this knowledge of building a aircraft, and now we have new members that need to be trained, and so that's the new problem that you have to deal.
How have you managed like this building of personal connections? Like we mentioned before, you when you are in the face-to-face activities, you share moments, you share experience with other persons. But now that you don't have that, how have you built these connections with your new members?
Luckily, we have our, let's say, human resources. That is basically people from psychology that is studying psychology. So thankfully to all them, we found we simply had new ways to had all these integrations together. Um, in our week meetings, we just let's say we have some activity. Let's say we have some activity. So one of them it was like, think you have to make a party, and this party have a certain amount of money, and discuss how you will do this party with that amount of money. And then we were divided by in groups and started working together in groups and discussing. And then in the middle of the discuss, they arrived saying, okay, so now the budget it's 1% of what it was, and all what we planned it needed to fit now in what 1% of the actual budget that we had. And then we got crazy. And we started to think in ways to gather more money or to cut some expenses that we had, but still making a very nice party in that activity. And in the end, we listened the answer of everybody, everything. And it was very funny because someone was like, let's charge everyone like 1,000 reais, 1,000, like, to, and we use that money to buy food, drinks, and have a good party. Some was like, let's steal a van full of pitayas that I don't know how to spell that in English, but let's steal a truck full of tires and sell. So it was very fun. Everybody
Okay, okay.
interacting and and listen to crazy ideas that we had. So sometimes we have those activities to make everybody talk and being together to know each other better and have the and make a strong connection, more family feeling, family
Yeah.
connection.
Wow. I'm surprised. We I think we hadn't think about something like that, and it might be good for us to apply it in our team because we just didn't think about it, and it sounds too like a good option, and I think it has worked, right?
Yeah, it seems to be working. At least I feel that it is working because in the start we had some people that was shy, it wasn't talking too much, and we now seeing the results that continue doing these activities and all the extra stuff, we're seeing that people are starting to be more free to talk. It's not anymore so much shy, so they're being more they are feeling more comfortable to be talking and exposing their opinions. So it seems to be working. It is really nice
Wow,
to see that.
good.
Yeah, we should implement something like that in our team as well.
Yeah,
Even in person, right? Because we don't do any activities like that.
Mhm.
But maybe in
Even in
person,
person.
it would also be nice to just gather and make an integration activity.
yeah,
Yes, it is nice. I hope we continue with that because it is awesome. When we do that, the results of everybody thinking it's always amazing. It is marvelous to hear everyone with your crazy ideas. I don't know, mystical solutions and unreal. I thought unreal problem solving. It is very nice. It's fun. It's very fun. I enjoy a lot. I enjoy a lot every time I just go there and I start to laugh and be like, damn, that's a very cool idea.
yeah.
I should have thought about that. So it is really nice. It is really cool. But yeah, that's and we had some at least as I said, I am the nowadays I'm the administrative director, so I had some units under my supervision. It's not supervision, but under my
Okay.
supervision. That is basically the marketing, logistics, and let's say the financial area. So
Sounds like
and
a big, big team.
yeah, it is. It is a big team. We are now in, I think, 58 members, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And the great part is that we are basically half girls and half boys.
Wow.
So it is one of the best things that we managed to do. Have that is make this thing. Half half girls, half boys. So it was a fantastic achievement for us, and at least it is.
I was wondering about it because I saw your other podcast and I think you have, well, at least in this podcast you haven't had any girl in your rooms, and I was wondering because at least here in our team it's like the it's not like it's something that it's improving, but we still don't have like half boys half girls. We
Mm-hmm.
When I joined to the team, it was most boys. Now I've been looking, I've been seeing an increase of the number of girls that join to the team, and I was wondering if it's the same situation for you.
Yeah, now it is not, but in other projects that we have at Federal University of São Carlos, we the other teams it is basically the majority is all men, the majority, and there's few girls. And the main reason, at my perspective, it is because we have this mentality of engineering is only for boys, it's not a thing for girls, and it is still strong in our society that
Yeah.
what is not good, it is simply nonsense. Have this way of thinking, and the women that join the engineering, they don't feel comfortable to join a project like that is 90% of men and be like the single girl in that team. I understand it is very odd because you're the unique girl there, and you feel kind of uncomfortable for that.
Yeah, I
There's
think.
so one thing that changed much, that we have this quantity of girls and boys at our team that is became a half and half basically. It is because probably we had many girls on our team, and this started to pump it up the feeling that we have a equal treatment, but we don't have this gender that this gender difference. We don't have nothing of that. Everybody is treated equally, no matter what. So I think this increasing number of girls is basically the representativity of the girls at our team. It increased, and we are, and not only showing that we have half and half, but starting to show that we don't have not half and half, but show what they can do, because we're just saying, oh, my team has half girls and half boys, and only boys do and appear in, I don't know, the podcast. I mean, this just boys appear, but the main reason is because it is a midterm period, so it is hard to everyone to participate in that. Is they are getting crazy with the calculus and math math because everybody hates math. So so it's the midterm is not helping. Simply, I am the crazy one that is here doing the podcast. So, but I hope that it will appear. I have invited some and they are interested, but unfortunately, the midterm is make everyone just go mad, not having time to do any more activities.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah,
We have few women in the team. That's true, but I think they are very active and they have really helped develop the project. So they are very important members right now. I mean, everyone is an important member, right? But they are very involved, and at least as I can see, they feel really comfortable in the team. Um, so yeah, I hope more women can join with the pass of the years as we create this atmosphere of
yeah,
making women feel comfortable, even if the team right now it's mostly men. I think that's our responsibility as team members to actually build a safe place for everyone, not only for women, but actually for anyone who wants to be in the team, to make
Hmm.
everyone feel welcome, make everyone feel comfortable. Because we have had issues, right? That people leave the team because they have problems with other members, personal problems, and then they end up affecting the results of the project because we lose valuable
Hmm.
members of the team because they have personal problems with other team members. So that's also something that we need to take care of, right? Not only think about the technical knowledge and the planes and the programs and computers and calculus, but also think about human relationships, because that's also reflecting on the success of the team, right? That we have good relationships between the team, that we have a strong sense of we're friends, we have each other's back, and um, and yeah, so I just think that's something that lately our team at least has not been really taken care of. But right now we have seen some situations that tells us that we have to pay attention also to that part of the project, right? To the human relationships.
Hmm.
And I just think that's something that all teams should consider to make the project successful.
Yes, exactly. It's not only the project side, but also the human part is very important. I think some not only the teams, university teams, but even companies, big companies, they think much about the projects and all this technical stuff and part, and they forget the the employees there, the because the human side, right? How the person is feeling at work, or in our case, at our team, if they are feeling good, if they are not, if the environment is good, if they're feeling like we are all a family, for all being great, if everyone is enjoying. So it is very important to keep in mind to not forget this human side, because we we kind of forget sometimes. You're working in stress and the mod and everything, and we are like, the project is happening, the project is in two is in 1 week, it is in 2 days, and we start to, oh, we need to do this and that and this and that, this and that, and people and this, and we kind of forget that maybe someone is in a bad moment, and we just ignore that and start to say, do this, do that, and then we simply forget that maybe this person is not already feeling well, and we just make her or he worse, feeling much worse than it is already feeling. So
Yes.
it is very important to keep in mind that the human side is the most important thing that we need to pay attention. And that's well well done.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
But and another thing that I would like to know more about you guys is um how was the feeling for first time to be in Brazil?
I love Brazil. uh, I mean, it's a really beautiful country when it comes, to. I mean, we visited Rio de Janeiro, and we visited Ilhabela, I think it's called,
Mm-hmm.
and we drove from Rio to Ilhabela, so we stopped in some other beaches. It's really beautiful. I mean, the jungle, and I mean, I really like nature, and you have beautiful nature. But more than that, I got this feeling that people in Brazil are really welcoming, and they are. I mean, at least to me, they seem like they are very, very happy, and they are always with a smile on their face. They always want to, party, and they want to, dance. And that I really like. The food, it's also really, really good. We are obsessed with acai because we don't. I mean, you can get it here in Mexico, but it's not the same. So when we are in Brazil, we eat a lot of acai, and we even buy some these boxes that they sell in the supermarkets,
Mm-hmm.
and then we put tape all around it, and we put it in the bags, and we bring it back to Mexico. Then we put it in the freezer, and uh, I don't know. I really enjoyed being in Brazil. I really like Brazilian culture, Brazilian music, for example. Uh, I like bossa nova a lot. It's one of my favorite music genres, and I don't know, like bossa nova has this feeling that when I listen to it, I actually feel like I am in Rio, right? So uh,
Mm-hmm.
it has. it has this Brazilian feeling that it's hard to explain, but it's just a sense of, you know, being really happy, really like relaxed. And yeah, we just had an amazing time in Brazil. I've only been once, but you can see from the people who have been more than once that they always want to go back, because not only because the competition in Brazil, I think it's very different from the competition in Mexico. Just to say something, in Mexico, last competition, I think we were 10 teams, only 10 teams. And then in Brazil, you have this competition of 60 teams, and the teams are like 50 members each. So it's, you know, more than 1,000 people, more than 60 planes. And, you know, the actual physical place where it takes place, you know, these Embraer facilities and this kind of military and university,
Hmm.
it's also really amazing, you know, how big it is and how you can see actual real size airplanes taking off from the place. And at least for us, we always have to be with a military person, because we are in a military facility and we are not from Brazil. So there's always a soldier with us all the time. We cannot be around though that area without a soldier, you know, watching what we do and everything. But they are always really nice, and we end up becoming friends. We end up talking, you know, and just bonding with the people who is in charge of, you know, taking care of us, and they take us to eat. And it's just a really nice atmosphere being in Brazil. I had a really good time, and I was hoping that I was going to be able to go back, but unfortunately, I'm graduating this semester, so I don't think
No.
I'm actually gonna be able to go to another face-to-face competition in Brazil. But I feel very lucky to have had the opportunity to go before the pandemic. I really liked the country and the food and the people, and, you know, the after party. It was also very impressive the way you guys party there in Brazil. So yeah, just only good things about Brazil, really.
That's really nice to hear. Yeah, that's really cool to hear experience from people outside. I think it's the first time that I'm kind of interviewing someone that came to Brazil first time, and it is really nice to see how people outside see us. Well, not everybody because Brazil is huge, so
Yeah.
we even if I go like in another city, I feel in a different world. And it's simple as that. If I live here, and go to another city is like
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean, I think what what I really impressed me the most about Brazil, talking about aero design, it's how passionate you are in Brazil about aero design, right? Uh, I mean, at least here in Mexico, there are not a lot of universities that offer aeronautical engineering. And then out of those universities, there are not a lot of universities that actually have an aero design team and compete. And the teams that exist, they are very small, they don't have a lot of members. But then in Brazil, you can actually see, you know, how people live for aero design, how it's a culture in Brazil, you know, to be a part of aero design. You see people that are really passionate about it, that, you know, they cry during the competitions, they cry out
Hmm.
of sadness, they cry out of joy. And and I don't know, it's just very inspiring, right? to go to Brazil and to actually live the experience of how passionate people is about aero design, you realize that it's something bigger than it appears to be here in Mexico. Maybe because it's a relatively new competition here, so it's just growing every year. But then when you go to Brazil, you come back very inspired to work. You come back with a lot of new knowledge, because that's also something that we like about the Brazilian competition, is that it has a very high level of a high technical level. The the challenges, the design challenges, are always harder than those presented by the commission in Mexico. So that always pushes our team to new boundaries, to new knowledge, to develop new things. And also we learn a lot from watching the presentations of the Brazilian teams,
Mm-hmm.
things that we didn't know before and that we can apply to our own projects. But especially you come back, filled with this passion and with this will to keep working in the project after you go to Brazil. So even if you come back exhausted physically, uh, it just makes you wanna work harder for the team.
Yeah, that's really amazing to listen. That it is, it is. How can I say it? It is amazing. It is incredible to see how people see us and this feeling to compare, because I only had the perspective of Dragon Branco perspective, and with this Dragocast, I am simply opening my mind and expanding my horizons to the perspective of other teams, that is not only the ones that I participate but the others. And this one is also been an extremely amazing experience too. And hearing that from you, it is fascinating, because I have this perspective from another country, from people outside. It is freshly new for me. So hearing that you say about the Mexican competition and comparing and showing your opinion about what you feel here, it is amazing. It is. I have no words to describe that.
Yeah.
I am amazed about the Brazilian competition, and I haven't even gone to Brazil. So just imagine that.
Yeah, but well, you will. Hoping next year you'll be here
I'm graduating this semester too,
too.
so
Oh, that's
I
no,
might not
you're.
go. I don't know, but let's say yes. Let's say yes.
Or maybe we have to form an advanced team so we can still go and compete in Brazil.
Yes. Yes, just stay, just do, and or come later.
Yeah, actually, one of our founding members, he finished, school, and then he went to study his master's degree in Brazil, and he still
Mm,
competes in aero design in the advanced. Now he competes with his Brazilian university. Uh, but yeah, he's still involved in aero design.
no, that's really nice. And your guys are pursuing the degree on what?
Yes, I mean, at least me, I do want to keep studying after finishing, the bachelor's degree, or these 4 years. I would like to do a master's degree. Mm, and yeah, I mean, I would like to keep studying. I don't feel like I have enough knowledge yet, so I'm still kind of hungry for more. I
Mm-hmm.
don't I don't feel that I'm already, ready to go to the industry. I think there are more things that I can learn. and there are more things that I want to develop, and there are more things that I'm interested in learning before actually working. So yeah, at least for me, I want to keep studying for a bit longer.
Great. And what degree are you doing?
I'm interested too in doing a master's, but I'm, I'm like a simpler man. What I love is to manufacture, and I would like to really join to the industry in the next few years. Now that I'm young and I can, I mean, I would love to still to be still learning. I really love it, but I
Mm-hmm.
think I love more to I would love more to be working because I love manufacturing. That's what I choose aeronautical engineer because I saw the what's it for this the program, the study program, like all of these things you gotta learn in 4 years. And I say, okay, that's a really complete program and I want to take it. But yeah, the truth is, what I love is manufacturing and I would like to work before doing a master's.
I see. Yeah, that's really nice. My case, I want to. I don't know. I really not sure what I want. I would like to continue in the academic life with my masters and maybe doctorate, postdoctorate, and but also keep working to join the professional life, if I can say that. But you both are doing aeronautics engineering.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I'm studying electrical engineering.
Oh, I see. Well, actually, we don't have a lot of members in our team that are from other careers. I think we have one member that it's also from electrical engineer or mechatronical engineering.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's even a word, but besides that, all of our members are aeronautical engineerings.
Yeah, the majority teams in Brazil they don't have we don't have much university that teaches aeronautics. And it's not the majority. The majority is composed by mechanical engineers, electrical, and I mean it is all the rest engineers that we can imagine. Because I think aeronautics engineering is a little bit is not so is not very well known still. It is growing. I see each year more and more universities with aeronautics engineer degree. So, but it's still majority. It is more mechanical engineering. I, at least from the teams that I interviewed, none of them have aeronautics. So yeah, it is.
I think that what happened here is that we belong to this big university, this called Instituto Politécnico Nacional, but
Mhm.
it's like I don't know what's the word for this. It's like faculdade.
Yes.
I don't know. You get the idea.
Yeah.
And all of these are like close, like together, like in a big place. But our school, it's like apart. So even if we wanted to include that we actually want to include some electrical engineers, mechatronical, and everything, it's kind of harder for them to go to our school where we have of our workshop, and
Ah.
that's why have limited to us to have only aeronautical engineers because some other teams here in Mexico actually have like this mix of like you said, like your marketing team, yeah, your um, administration team and everything, because they are in a school that it's like close, but we are apart. Even if we belong to one university, we're kind of apart, and that's our limitation here.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, here we have a little bit, at least at a federal university. We had our team is basically engineers, people that want to graduate in engineering. So we have electrical, mechanical. We don't have chemical chemistry anymore. Civil not too, but we have computer engineering, computer science. What else? Material and physics. I think it is like that, and the people from psychology. But it is a diversity. Besides the fact that everybody's basically study engineering, but everybody's welcome.
Yeah.
No, but that's nice, you know, that
Yeah.
I mean, we are aeronautical engineering engineers, so we specialized in aircrafts, but it's nice to see that other engineers that are not specifically aeronautical, but they're also, you know, interested in developing aircrafts. There are also teams in Mexico that are from universities that don't have the aeronautical engineering career, but
Hmm.
they still compete, and I think I like that, that, you know, people that are not in the aeronautical engineering career specifically, they still are interested, and I think it's a very admirable work, because I mean, we have lessons every day about how to design airplanes, right? So we cannot just apply that in aero design. I mean, ideally, of course, what we learn in the classroom, it's never enough to actually develop an aero design project, but at least we have, you know, we have aerodynamics lessons, we have aeronautical
Hmm.
structures lessons. So we have classes that are focused specifically on aircraft design, but then, you know, mechanical engineerings or electronical engineerings, now they are not actually specialized in aircrafts, but they still develop very good aircrafts and very competitive teams. So that's something I really admire, because I mean, those teams have to do twice the work that we do to actually gather their knowledge.
Hmm. Yeah, I see. And I forgot one engineering, it's production engineering too. Well,
All right.
I forgot because it's not considered engineering. It's just administration with engineering status. I'm kidding. I don't want anyone to kill me. But yeah, everyone is important.
I think what I have chosen for my career, it will be what's I forgot the career I wanted to study, design engineer, design. That's
Ah,
what I like.
yeah.
Like just got to the manufacturing process. That's what I love. But I'm now finishing the aeronautical engineer.
Oh, that's nice. That's really cool. Really cool. And you said it's 4 years, right?
4 years. It
4 years.
takes some longer for some people, but yeah, ideally it will be
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, here in Brazil it's five almost. All engineers, I think it's five. I don't know if I have anyone that is four. I mean, at least in my case, you can graduate in 4 years, but you have to like kill yourself and being a maniac studying. But the ideal is 5 years if you want to be a maniac for, and you have until I think 10 years in some university to
Wow.
graduate
Wow.
before you just get expelled.
Wow. 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Uh,
in some university, yes, in others it's not 10 years. It's like, I don't know, 7, something
Wow.
like that.
But that's the reason why you have embroidery and we don't, right?
No, I don't know.
It's like I think I'm actually feeling that many of the things that I've learned in school are not enough to what it really takes to uh, be an aircraft designer or something.
Mm,
So
mm.
I think there are many things that should be on the studying program that are not. So it may be that our career must be longer.
Well, I mean, every time, at least what I learned in university, I think I will use some, and not the others. I will just learning, working. There is no
Yeah, I
other way.
think the main skill that you learn in university it's actually to be able be able to learn stuff by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
to know where to find the information,
Yeah,
and to consult books, to know literature, but yeah, develop that skill of, okay, I want to understand something. I need math, I need physics, I know where to look for the topics, I understand the basic concepts that I need to, yeah, to understand things that maybe you don't learn in the classroom, but that you may need. And I think these 4 years in university, well, they should be to, yeah, to be able to develop the ability to learn stuff by
yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
and to know where to look
Pretty
for the right
much.
information, because I think it's impossible to learn how to design a whole airplane in 4 years, not even 5 years. um, I think that's something that you learn with experience, right? Working a lot of years in the industry.
Yes, it's pretty much we learn. I think the most thing that we learn in university is how to look for things by yourself, and depends to the others to give you an answer, because it is not what happens in real life. You have to go ahead and look for the answers that you need. So I
yeah.
think university most prepares you for that, because I don't know, you study. I will study for 5 years to be an electrician, and basically I will just learn how is to be an electrician when I start to work. It's there that I will know how it is to be, and not at university.
Wow.
Not that deep, at least,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's a whole world to discover new stuff. And yeah, but it is amazing. It is amazing to see the differences. The difference, it is very cool. And even some cultural difference too. I have this drive to discover new cultures. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I also would like to know is, how do you, you're dealing with pandemics? It is a little bit difficult, but do you have any, because we are a project, we do an aircraft, and we go and we compete in the tournament, but we also some things have this uh society give back, if I can't say that. And do you have something similar, like you do donations for institutions that help others, or you help, I don't know, other people? I don't know how to
uh,
describe that.
no, actually, we don't have that kind of activity. It would be nice to. It's a good idea. I think we should definitely try to do it somehow, but also we are very, very, very limited on resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, it's actually the other way around. We are trying to get foundations to help us.
Yeah.
We are asking uh, other people to help us, to donate to us, because we go to three competitions a year. So that means building
Oh my
and
God.
testing three airplanes. And when you are testing an airplane, you build, at least us, we build at least four or five prototypes before the final one. So, and then we have to pay for the trip expenses. And since we are very few members, it's hard to gather a lot of money just inside the team. So yeah, maybe I think it's the other way around. We go to other universities to ask for donations. We go to events to find sponsorships, and we sell stuff to gather money for the project. So it would actually be difficult to gather enough money to donate to some cause, because
Yeah.
we are very limited on money
We
ourselves.
are the cows.
Yeah, we are the cause, and we are looking for the help.
Yeah, but wow, three aircrafts each year.
Yeah, we go
Yeah.
to Brazil, Mexico, and the US.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot. My my dog. That's insane. I mean, we kind of struggle financially speaking to make one
Yeah,
aircraft, and you made simply three. I simply can't think and how it is.
yeah, it's
It would be
actually
insane.
it's very admirable. I mean, for the team, I've never been a team captain, so my work has mostly been in the technical side. But I think it's really, really a big challenge to manage the very few resources that the team has, and to actually make those resources be enough for us to go to all the competitions and to accomplish all the goals that we have, without having to worry about money, right? So that yeah, so that we're able to go to the competitions. Maybe sometimes not all the team can go because we don't have resources to pay for everyone's trip,
Mm-hmm.
but that we always have money to build the aircrafts, and to buy materials and everything. It's really a challenge, so I really admire all the team captains that have made it possible to for the team to survive with such a little amount of money and a big amount of projects and aircrafts to build.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I can't imagine that. It should be insane to build three aircrafts in 1 year. It should be really insane because I see the trouble with us is all the difficulties we had, all the problems, only to build one project. Imagine three. It's
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
crazy.
Yeah.
But it's been working. I mean, uh, I think our performance it's been good, and it's not the performance we would like to have, but it's good enough to keep on doing this.
Yeah. I just can think like them. They're
Yeah,
magician.
we have gotten good results, especially when you think about the resources that we have available. Then it's actually more impressive, the results that we have gotten, when you think how we are very few members with very few money, and we still manage to go to the competitions and make good results.
Yeah, the high efficiency.
and still have time for partying after the competition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, and still manage, to keep up with school, with and
yeah,
with other things in life that are also important, right? Like, your friends, your family, your hobbies, your pets. So it's really a big exercise on time management, right? Because of course
Yeah.
the team demands a lot of time, but you still need to take care of other stuff outside of the team, to be healthy, right? To be a normal functioning person. So yeah, I think it's one of the main skills that you learn in the team, besides all the technical knowledge, but how to manage your time, how to work efficiently, so you give results, but you don't spend 3 days without sleeping and without eating, uh, and not take care of your health, of getting enough rest, doing exercise, and spending time with friends, with family. So yeah, that's also something that you learn with experience in the team.
Yeah, it should be amazing, right? Just to manage all that and have time for you is, well, or you learn how to manage your time, or you simply quit because there's no way, there's no way. Yeah, here we do, but that's a good part to be part of the team, right? You learn many skills that universe doesn't offer to you. So this environment of a company, you learn how to deal with project that is not only you, it's with other people. You depend on other people to do this project because you're all working into one main project that is to build an aircraft. And you have to learn how to talk, how to deal with other people, even though you maybe don't like the guy at the first glance, but then you learn how to deal with it. Problems that will appear, you do something, a project, you do a test, and then the test just fails miserably, and then you have to redo and find another way. So I think the all this experience that we gain in our design is simply most valuable for our lives in the
yes,
future.
Yes, definitely.
absolutely.
And talking about time management, I have to leave now. I'm gonna have dinner with my family because it's
Yeah,
Friday night, and that's a tradition we have here in my family, to have dinner together on Fridays. Um, so thank you, Vinicius, for this space, for the invitation, and for the talk. It was really nice being here with you, and uh, I hope to see other episodes with other
yes,
teams, even though I'm not gonna understand a lot of what you are saying. But it's a really nice initiative, and I hope, wish success for your podcast and for your team,
yeah,
and I hope to see you in future competitions.
Oh yeah, I appreciate your presence here. It was very fruitful, and it's principally talk about with people that is not from Brazil. It's bringing a whole new perspective. It has been a pleasure to have you here.
And thanks for the invitation. We are really, like, like I said before, it feels good to know that our presence is being noticed by others, by other countries. It's good to hear
Yeah,
that.
I'm chuffed to bits by the string wag. It has been really amazing and open minded too. So I hope to see you more. I probably, who knows, a second season of this Dragocast, and we
Yeah.
invite everyone again to talk more.
Sure, count us in.
Oh yeah, will.
Okay,
So thanks
Thanks.
again. Thanks again, and see you around there.
thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Boa noite.
You. Boa noite.
Boa noite.